Welcome back to After the Bell. We've been joined by singer, songwriter, guitarist, Lindsay Ell.
Hi, guys. What an introduction.
Welcome. Thank you. I've been practicing that one a little bit. Well, we could go on with your title. You got a business card. I think it'd have a front and back. So
you guys are very sweet. Thank you for having me.
Carries her own equipment too. We could, like we said, we could go on and on.
Hey,
exactly.
Somebody has to do it, right?
Yes.
You're good at it. So we're so excited to have you here. Congrats on the success thus far. Got a lot to talk about, but everyone don't go anywhere because she will be performing 2 songs, one of which is my favorite, Criminal, coming soon. And since we're talking about Criminal, let's just start with Criminal.
Let's talk about that.
So we've been watching your video over and over again, your music video. If you haven't seen it, you're doing a disservice to yourself. Go out there and watch it. And we've been trying to interpret it. I think it's pretty literal, but why don't you tell us exactly what it's about?
The inspiration behind the song.
We had so much fun shooting the music video for Criminal because it was the first time I got to show a little bit darker side of myself. When I read the treatment and saw that we were going to be in a prison, I was like, yes, let's do that.
Because you've never been in one before.
I mean, knock on wood, I haven't. And we were shooting in Tennessee State Penitentiary, which has been closed for 20 years, but it's actually where they shot Green Mile.
Right.
And so it's been a movie set for a lot of different movies, and it was an incredible set to be on for the music video. When we pulled in, I felt like I was on set of The Walking Dead. Just like the windows were shattered, and so it was such a fun day. I felt like we were shooting a little mini movie, and I committed a crime. I stole a car. I got thrown in prison. I broke out of prison all on the same day. So it was a very busy day. Very busy day.
It definitely was for you. And I feel like it's a love song, but I feel like it's an unconventional love song.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's a love song written not like most other love songs. It's written from the other perspective. It's like you fall in love with something so much you feel like it's stealing your heart away from you.
Is it? And is it that kind of love? I feel like everyone experiences maybe this once in a lifetime kind of love where maybe again, what you're doing to me is criminal. Like I'm acting out in ways I have never seen myself act in a certain way because you bring this out of me. So
in a good way, but from a songwriter way, you just sort of take it one step further.
Yeah, you definitely do. Now, how Criminal? I'm just trying to think. When you were actually there, was there ever a moment you were like, oh wow, this is life behind bars? Like, was there ever a moment where it actually felt real?
It kind of felt crazy. For part of the music video, they built me a jail cell within one of the warehouses, and so. It was weird. It kind of felt super confined, and they had a cot, and it looked like a legit jail cell that we shot in, and so it was a very eerie feeling.
Well, we have to give you a huge congratulations on this song because right now it's charting on U.S. country radio, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's my first top 20, and it's super, super exciting. We just were the first female in a decade to get a #1 in Canada, which is insane.
And that's your home country.
It is.
That had to have been extra special for you. Do you remember where you were when you heard that news?
Yes. It was a super proud moment. It's sometimes so funny when you get news that's so exciting, and it's sometimes at the weirdest times. We just finished playing Country Thunder in Phoenix, and we'd been on a run for about 3 weeks straight where I was getting 3 hours sleep a night, and we just were up at 4 a.m. every morning.
You must
catching
have
flights.
You're always on the run. You don't stop.
Well, it was just a lot of traveling, and my voice, I feel like I'm Superwoman sometimes, and I'm just like, I don't need sleep. I can do this. I'll just keep on going. And my voice decided that I just needed to stop 5 minutes into our hour set.
Oh, you're on
Country Thunder. So I'm on stage.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard
5
that
minutes
before.
into our set, my voice completely gives out. And I'm like, hello, Phoenix. My name is Lindsay. And I had no voice. So the rest of the 55 minutes of our set became a nice long guitar solo.
Wow.
Thank the Lord I can play guitar because I do not know what else I would have done for 55 minutes. But my band was awesome. They sang BGVs in the choruses, and I played a lot of guitar. But it was a lot of fun. I was just so exhausted getting off that stage. I felt so down because I felt like I had let all my fans down, even though the paper wrote us up that day, and they turned it into such a positive thing, and fans loved it because it was just different, something that they don't get to see. But I remember we were catching a red eye back to Nashville that night, so hours later, because I needed to be back in town for a session in the morning. I'm sitting on the plane. Yeah, and I still don't have a voice. I'm so exhausted. We're on a red eye, and then I get a text from my manager being like, it happened. We got we got #1. And so I start bawling on the plane. I was the crazy lady crying on the plane because I just was full of so many emotions of like being tired and feeling like I let my fans down and then being so excited and proud. And it was just, kind of a tornado of a whole bunch of things going on.
Literally a speechless moment.
I told my parents. And they were so proud. I have the best mom and dad and brother a girl could ask for. And it was pretty special.
Wow. Oh my God, I know my heart is so happy for you. I mean, it's just you're just absolutely killing the game right now. And
Thank you.
Obviously Criminal is from your debut album, but you have another exciting project, no pun intended, coming out very soon, May 25th. Tell us a little bit about the Continuum.
So a year and a half before we even got in the studio to record the project, my own album, my producer, Mr. Christian Bush from Sugarland, as we all know and love, asked me what my favorite record was, and my favorite record is Continuum by John Mayer. I love it. I listen to it all the time, still. And he said, perfect, I want you to go record the whole thing. And I was like, what?
Excuse me.
And he said, you have 3 rules. You need to play all the instruments. You need to do it by yourself at your studio. And you have 2 weeks. Go.
Wow.
So I cleared my schedule and I worked 8 a.m. till 3 a.m. around the clock. Because, originally when I was sitting there, I was like, okay, 12 songs, I got this, no big deal. But when you need to dissect every little piece of a record, like Steve Jordan drum parts and Pino Palladino bass parts, let alone John Mayer guitar solos, and recreate it in your own voice and then re-record it over here, it's a different thing altogether. So fast forward 2 weeks later, I do this, and I'm handing over the Continuum Project to Christian, and I'm like, I am blown away. I've learned so much about the way John Mayer plays guitar, about the way I play guitar, and most importantly, I've figured out how I want my record to sound. Because sometimes as an artist moving to a town that's so music focused like Nashville, you can be surrounded by so many talented people that you can get confused as an artist of how to really get your sound and what you want this to say, this project. And so it was like recording Continuum made all the gears click in my head. And it was like, okay, I've got it. Like that's it.
And I'm guessing you probably want people to hear some of, is it John Mayer in your music then? Or grow some sort of appreciation for your music, like having done that? Because not everyone's going to know that you worked on this for 2 weeks and put that out and then put your album out.
Yeah, I mean, John Mayer has just inspired me so much ever since I started playing guitar and even just as a songwriter. And so I felt like if I was going to pick a record, that was the record that I'd pay tribute to because it has been the one that has inspired me to just another level altogether. So, John's version of Continuum is the perfect version of Continuum. This is just my version, my perspective of it. And it's a lot more raw and laid back and vulnerable, and I really hope he likes it.
Have you had a chance to meet him yet?
So yeah, I actually went to his show last year, on his tour last year, and I always, whenever we're in town, I always miss shows when they come to Nashville because we're on the road all the time.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's how it works. So I fly to random cities for only artists that I really, really want to see on an off day. Yeah. So I flew to Minneapolis to see the show and got a meet and greet, but I didn't want to be that fan to be like, hi, John, you've inspired me so much. I've re-recorded your whole record, and it's like, she's crazy. So I didn't say a thing. I said, hi, it's nice to meet you, and I asked him about a guitar pedal that he used on Rosie, a song on his last record, and then I was out of there. I was like, thanks, peace, out. So I don't know. I hope he stumbles upon it and hears it and just, takes it as an appreciation for how awesome he is.
And that's coming out for everyone. Is it May 25th?
May 25th.
May 25th.
Yeah.
This is very soon.
Coming.
Well, I'm waiting for the phone call where we hear it when John Mayer has heard this
phone call
album.
from him, especially with the power of social media. I feel like he'll be hearing it.
Everyone, we need you to
and emails.
Retweet it and tag John Mayer in it. That's what I'm going to be doing.
I feel that I want fans to think it's something cool. It's just another perspective. It's like, other people have done cover projects and albums, and so I just wanted to do my version of Continuum.
But you are cool. Like, you're the coolest girl I think I've ever encountered. We watched her warm up a little bit earlier, and I'm just watching her on this electric guitar, and it's just like, you're a bad bottom girl. Like, I don't know what else to say. There's no other way to describe
bad bottom
you.
girl.
Yep,
wow.
Bad
I don't
bottom.
think I've ever been described like that.
How long have you been playing?
Level. I started playing guitar when I was 8 years old, so it's been a hot minute. It's like another limb off my body at this point.
Right.
Do you play any other instruments as well?
Yeah, I played piano. Piano was my first instrument. I started playing it when I was 6, and then I play bass, organs, keys. I don't play drums. I program drums. I'm kind of a studio nerd, so I just sit at home and record music all day.
And you know what's so funny? On your Instagram story the other day, I noticed you have this like little... Is it an editing thing? It's like a little box that you're like taking with you to edit your own stuff on the road.
It's called an OP1. It's made by this company called Teenage Engineering, and it's like a little keyboard. It looks like, but you can build your own drum beats, and it's a synthesizer, so you can record it into this box. And I bring it on the plane with me because we travel every day, and sometimes I go crazy on planes, and so I just bring it with me, and I can sit there and program beats.
Are people ever looking at you who are unfamiliar with it? Like, that device looks a little funny on this plane right now.
Oh yeah, going through security is always,
what is this?
Always weird because we have gear and like a wah pedal, which is a box that's about this big with tons of wires.
Right.
So security sometimes has a heart attack. But yeah, lots of flight attendants will be like,
what are you doing?
Is that?
What are you programming over there? No, I have so much respect for you because even like on those moments where you're on a plane and you just want to relax and whatnot, you're just constantly working on your craft and you're doing it all on your own. Like I said, she came into Sweetie High like carrying her own gear and all of that, and it's not stopping for you. You're about to have one heck of a summer. You're going on 2 different tours. There's so much to still talk about, so do not go anywhere. And then
Cassie and I may lose our voice in this interview if you lost yours because
please don't do
your
that.
credits don't
Please
stop. They
don't do that.
So first in July, you're heading out with Sugarland on their tour, and then in the fall, you'll be on a few dates with Keith Urban. I want to touch on that really quickly because another huge congratulations because you're featured on his brand new album, Graffiti You, on Horses.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
If you would have told 10-year-old Lindsay that she was going to have a feature on a Keith Urban record one day, she would have said you were crazy. Wow. It's awesome. Keith is just such a wonderful human being, and he's like a real person with a solid heart, and yet one of my favorite performers to see live, next to John. Keith's show is so great.
Phenomenal.
He's phenomenal.
How did you get that collaboration? Did he call you and say, hey, I'm working on this song, I really think your voice on it.
Yeah.
Is that how it happened?
Yeah, I've known Keith for a few years. We toured together 5 years ago, and so yeah, when he found Horses and I got that call that day when he was like, hey Lindsay, would you sing on this? It was just a completely pinch me moment.
You're getting so many great calls.
Has this been, I'm trying to think, because the project dropped, it was in August of 2017, so not even a year ago. Is this your biggest year to date, do you think?
For sure.
This is it?
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, I've been playing shows ever since I was 10 years old, and it's like you just keep doing your thing, and you keep waking up and doing what you love to do, and eventually hoping that you'll throw a piece of spaghetti against the wall, and it's going to stick.
It's going to stick, right? You got to throw.
And you just keep throwing them, and eventually...
Did you ever think, maybe another route? Or no, for you, was it always one route only?
When I was really, really little, I wanted to be a doctor. And then by about 8 years old, I knew I wanted to do music. Nothing made me happy.
It's usually your first science class or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, maybe.
I know, right?
Was that before or after you picked up the guitar?
Probably right around when I started playing guitar. Well, I played in my church with my dad. I was like in the folk group, this little tiny blonde girl, like back there with this huge guitar, and playing in front of your church is probably the most forgiving audience that you can play for because you can do anything,
You're right.
and they will applaud you.
I mean, God is watching at that moment. So
I was like, this is not bad. I can do this. And I never looked back since, I guess.
And speaking of guitars really quick, before we get to your performance, tell us a little bit the story behind this special guitar that you're going to be using.
Yeah, this was the guitar that Brad Paisley gave me as a tour gift on the last weekend of the tour. We've been out on the road with Brad for about a year and a half. It's been amazing. It's been such a great tour and so awesome and so long. And so, it finished a few weeks ago, and Brad came with this guitar that he built.
Wow. So thoughtful.
Relicked. So you can get guitars made from a custom shop, and you can get them to make them look like they're from the 50s or 60s. And so Brad is probably one of the best relicking jobs I've ever seen because he has the real thing, and so he can just make it match. But it was such a sweet tour gift. It's my favorite Strat right now. I bring him with me everywhere, and sometimes guys name their guitars girl names, so I name my guitars guy names. And so since it kind of looks like sherbet, it's meant to look like a Mary Kay, like 50 Strat, which is completely guitar nerd, and you guys probably don't care about that at all. But since it's the color of sherbet, I named him Herbert.
That I got. I know Sherbet. Okay.
Good.
We got back there. Do you ever think when you're headlining your own tour one day and someone's opening for you, is that something you've thought about? Parting gift that or not parting gift, but a thank you gift, I guess you'd be giving.
I love end of tour. Like even now.
You did the little owls, right?
Yeah. Man, you are
good.
Instagram
story. I'm telling you, I swear, I'm not a stalker. I just follow you.
No, I'm so impressed. I just love. I mean, on the road, you like become family with the crew. Like they become your family. You see them more than you do your own family because you're just on the road together and 24/7. You walk into catering and you're hanging out, and so they become your friends, your close friends. And sometimes end of tours are sad in that way. So I always just like to say thank you because everybody helps out, and it's really a team effort out there. So.
You're such a good fan. You're like just all around.
Cassie and I are trying to get on the tour somehow, some way. We don't know the part.
You guys can be my roadies.
There we go.
All right. Not gonna be here. I'm so sorry. In my 2 weeks future. I don't know. Anyway.
I do have another question. I know we could talk to you all day long.
I don't.
But
I just quit.
I mean, we're going. Yeah, we have a flight tonight.
Ask away.
We have a flight tonight.
We're going to Napa.
But
one thing we love about you is that you are the epitome of girl power, especially right now in country music. What does it mean to you to be a female in country music surrounded by such talented women who are, for the most part, what we can see, you guys all stick together and you're all very supportive of each other, and it's a lot of female empowerment.
Yeah, it's amazing. I remember girls who were such role models to me when I was little, like Shania Twain and Sheryl Crow and Bonnie Raitt and these women who would stand on stage and they had something to say. They were so strong while still being sexy as a woman and yet classy in the same sentence, which is a hard line to walk sometimes. Right. And so the fact that I can have little girls come up to me in a meet and greet and be like, Lindsay, you've inspired me to start playing the guitar or write songs or start singing. It's one of the coolest things that I can hear. And the fact that I can pass that forward onto my own fans is so amazing. And I think it's a really great time for female artists right now, I think that females are writing music that says something and that means something, and more fans want to listen to it and check it out. And so so I'm just excited to be a part of that movement. And like any industry, things are cyclical, and I think fans are wanting to hear more females on the radio.
Yes, 100%.
100%. Well, lucky for you guys, you don't have to wait. You don't have to go turn on your radio. We have Lindsay Elle right here. I have to go pack my bag, so I'm going to have to, skedaddle. Yeah. But she's going to be performing the song we've been talking about, Criminal, and also one of your versions of John Mayer songs as well.
Yeah, my favorite song off of Continuum.
Exactly. So do not go anywhere. What?
Which I was just going to say, the Continuum Project does come out May 25th. And in the meantime, where can everyone follow you on your social media and all that?
I'm kind of a social media fanatic, so
she's good on it.
If you just look at Lindsay Elle, LINDSAYELL.
Oh my God, we didn't talk about the vlogs too. You're vlogging on YouTube as well.
Guys.
I do love that because I'm trying to eat healthy, and then your most recent one was eating healthy on the road, which since I'm going on the road with you, I'm going to have to adapt to your lifestyle.
You can do research.
So, exactly.
Fans have just been asking me so much to talk about what I eat on the road or how I work out on the road, and sometimes I post things on Instagram, but I thought a vlog is just a longer form of,
Are you going to continue them?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's fun. Perfect. It's something cool.
We'll like hold the camera for you. We'll,
done.
We'll be like,
I found a
we
purpose
can
for
edit
myself
that.
on
There we
tour.
go.
There we go.
Got this.
Awesome. All right, you guys, do not go anywhere. Lindsay Elle will be performing 2 songs for us right after this quick video.